Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for an extraordinary adventure. Today, we delve into 500 fascinating facts about space. However, it's important to note that as our understanding of the universe evolves, some information may change or be subject to correction. If you have any doubts, I encourage you to conduct your own research. Let's embark on this captivating journey through the cosmos, always seeking the truth and expanding our knowledge together. The concept of time dilation suggests that time can be experienced differently depending on one's relative motion or proximity to a massive object. The largest known galaxy in the universe is IC 1101, located about 1 billion light-years away from Earth. The Space Shuttle Atlantis holds the record for the longest space shuttle mission, with the STS-135 mission lasting 12 days, 18 hours, and 28 minutes. The Kuiper Belt is a region of the solar system beyond Neptune's orbit that is home to numerous icy bodies and dwarf planets. The concept of black body radiation describes the electromagnetic radiation emitted by an idealized object that absorbs all incident radiation. The largest volcano on Earth is Mauna Loa in Hawaii, which rises about 13,678 feet, 4,169 meters, above sea level. The term nebula refers to a cloud of gas and dust in space, often the birthplace of stars. The concept of space-time combines the 3 dimensions of space and the dimension of time into a 4-dimensional framework. The space probe Dawn explored the dwarf planet Ceres and the asteroid Vesta, providing valuable insights into the early solar system. The concept of quantum entanglement refers to the phenomenon where 2 particles become connected in such a way that the state of one particle is instantly correlated to the state of the other, regardless of the distance between them. The space probe Juno is currently studying Jupiter, focusing on its magnetic field, auroras, and deep atmospheric structure. The concept of singularity refers to a point of infinite density and temperature, such as the center of a black hole. The term dark energy refers to a hypothetical form of energy that is believed to be responsible for the accelerated expansion of the universe. The concept of gravitational lensing refers to the bending of light around a massive object, such as a galaxy or black hole, due to the gravitational field it creates. The concept of event horizon refers to the boundary beyond which nothing, not even light, can escape the gravitational pull of a black hole. The space probe Hayabusa 2 successfully collected samples from the asteroid Ryugu and returned them to Earth in December 2020. The concept of redshift refers to the stretching of light waves to longer wavelengths, indicating that an object is moving away from an observer. The space probe InSight is currently studying the interior of Mars, providing valuable data on its geology, seismic activity, and internal structure. Space is completely silent. There's no air to carry sound waves, so astronauts use radios to communicate. Footprints left on the moon will remain there for millions of years because there's no wind or water to erode them. Neutron stars are incredibly dense. 1 sugar cube's worth of a neutron star's material would weigh about 1 billion tons on Earth. There's a galaxy composed almost entirely of dark matter, named Dragonfly 44. Only 0.1% of its mass is stars, dust, and gas. Supermassive black holes are found at the center of most galaxies, including our own, the Milky Way. The largest volcano in our solar system, Olympus Mons, is located on Mars. It's nearly 14 miles high, which is over 2.5 times the height of Mount Everest. The planet Venus rotates clockwise, making it one of the only 2 planets in our solar system to exhibit a retrograde rotation. The largest diamond in the universe is a star named BPM 37093, also known as Lucy, after the Beatles' song, "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds." It's a crystallized white dwarf with a core of diamond. The Hubble Space Telescope discovered that nearly all major galaxies are orbited by smaller, dwarf galaxies, which may provide clues about galaxy formation and dark matter. Voyager 1 is the most distant human-made object from Earth. Launched in 1977, it's now in interstellar space. The temperature in the void of space is about minus 270.45 Celsius, just above absolute zero, where all molecular motion stops. The first detected extragalactic planet, Macho 1996 BLG5LB, is located 21,000 light-years away, far outside our Milky Way galaxy. The largest observed star, Uyscuti, has a radius around 1,700 times larger than the Sun. Space travel can lead to numerous health changes in astronauts, such as vision impairments, bone and muscle loss, and fluid redistribution. The rings of Saturn are disappearing at a high rate compared to their age. The particles that make up the rings are being pulled into Saturn by gravity. The Andromeda Galaxy and the Milky Way are on a collision course, but this won't happen for about 4 billion years. Jupiter's moon Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system, and it's even larger than the planet Mercury. Halley's Comet will next appear in the inner parts of the solar system in 2061. It's one of the most famous comets, visible from Earth every 76 years. The most distant galaxy ever observed is GNZ 11. Its light has taken 13.4 billion years to reach us, so we see it as it was just 400 million years after the Big Bang. Kuiper Belt, beyond Neptune's orbit, is home to many icy bodies and several dwarf planets, including Pluto. This region is also the source of some comets. Please let me know if you want to continue, and I can provide more facts. The fastest wind speed ever recorded was on Neptune, where winds can reach. The fastest wind speed ever recorded was on Neptune, where winds can reach up to 2,100 kilometers per hour. The first animal to orbit Earth was a dog named Laika, sent to space by the Soviet. The fastest wind speed ever recorded was on Neptune, where winds can reach up to 2,100 kilometers per hour. The Pillars of Creation, a three-pillar structure of gas and dust in the Eagle Nebula, are actually believed to have been destroyed by a supernova about 6,000 years ago, but the light showing the new state will not reach Earth for another millennium. One day on Mercury lasts approximately 59 Earth days due to its slow rotation. Venus' high surface temperature is due to an extreme greenhouse effect. Venus is even hotter than Mercury despite being further from the Sun. There's a planet completely covered in burning ice. Known as Gliese 436b, the high gravity of the planet keeps water in a solid form, but the extreme surface temperature, 439 C, makes the ice hot. There are mountains on Pluto that are covered in methane snow. The Milky Way is on a collision course with the Andromeda Galaxy. Don't worry, it's not expected to happen for another 4 billion years. One of Saturn's moons, Mimas, has a crater so big that it makes the moon look like the Star Wars Death Star. There are rogue planets roaming through our galaxy completely alone, not orbiting any star. There's a giant cloud of alcohol in Sagittarius B, a vast molecular cloud of gas and dust floating near the center of the Milky Way. The center of a comet is called a nucleus, not a core. Astronomers have discovered a supermassive black hole-powered galactic fountain in a galaxy named Abell 2597. The largest asteroid in the solar system, Ceres, has a mysterious white spot thought to be salt deposits. The gas giant Jupiter protects Earth from many comets and asteroids, using its strong gravity to catapult such debris out of the solar system. Exoplanets can have weird weather, like raining glass sideways. This happens on HD 189733b due to the planet's extreme temperatures and powerful winds. Spacecraft have captured, singing, noises from planets and moons in our solar system. This song is actually electromagnetic waves converted into sound waves. A day on Venus is longer than its year. It takes Venus 243 Earth days to complete one rotation on its axis and 225 Earth days to orbit the Sun. Enceladus, a small moon orbiting Saturn, has geysers that blast water vapor out into space. Astronauts' height changes in space. Without the Earth's gravity compressing their spines, they can be up to 2 inches taller. Space dandruff is what astronauts call the little flakes of dead skin that float around the space station. The air filters have to be cleaned regularly to vacuum them up. the dwarf planet Eris caused Pluto's demotion. When Eris was discovered in 2005, it was considered larger than Pluto, which led the International Astronomical Union, IU, to define what a planet is. As a result, Pluto was reclassified as a dwarf planet. The International Space Station, ISS, is visible to more than 90% of the world's population. Space suits cost millions of dollars. The suit for extravehicular activities, the Extravehicular Mobility Unit, EMU, costs around $12 million. The hottest planet in the solar system is Venus, not Mercury. Despite being the second planet from the Sun, its thick atmosphere traps heat, resulting in surface temperatures up to 475 degrees Celsius. The speed of light is approximately 299,792 kilometers per second, so light from the Moon reaches the Earth in just over 1 second. There are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth. A teaspoon of a neutron star would weigh about 10 million tons. The highest resolution images of Mars ever taken were sent back from Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, MRO, using the High Resolution Imaging Science Experiment, HiRISE camera. There are around 2,000 satellites orbiting Earth right now, used for communication, weather monitoring, television broadcasts, and other purposes. The Sun's core releases the equivalent of 100 billion nuclear bombs every second. Centaurs are objects in space that have both asteroid and comet-like properties. The space shuttle's main engines could drain an average family-sized swimming pool in 25 seconds. There are ice volcanoes in space. Specifically, on the dwarf planet Ceres and Saturn's moon Titan, which erupt with plumes of cold water and ice. The Mars One project aims to colonize Mars, but as of 2021, the project is indefinitely delayed due to funding issues. The highest mountain known to man is the Olympus Mons, which is located on Mars. Its peak is 15 miles, 25 kilometers, high, making it nearly 3 times the height of Mount Everest. The first woman to travel in space was Valentina Tereshkova. She flew Vostok 6 in 1963. The James Webb Space Telescope is considered the successor to the Hubble Space Telescope. It was launched to provide unprecedented resolution and sensitivity. Astronomers have found a planet composed largely of diamond. It's called 55 Cancri e. Space travel can alter human DNA, as discovered from studying astronaut Scott Kelly, who spent a year aboard the International Space Station. Uranus was the first planet discovered with a telescope. All other planets visible from Earth can be seen without the aid of a telescope. Quasars are the brightest objects in the universe. These are extremely luminous active galactic nuclei where a supermassive black hole is consuming matter from its surrounding accretion disk. Apollo 12 astronaut Alan Bean accidentally destroyed a seismometer placed on the lunar surface when he pointed the TV camera at the sun, causing the camera to stop functioning. Spacecraft use a technique called gravity assist or slingshot to gain speed. They use the gravity of planets to propel themselves and save fuel. The largest canyon in the solar system, Valles Marineris, is on Mars. It's over 4,000 kilometers long and 200 kilometers wide, with a depth of up to 7 kilometers. Astronauts' sense of taste is altered in space. Due to the lack of gravity, bodily fluids move towards the head, which can affect taste and smell. There's a field of study called astrobiology that explores the possibility of life elsewhere in the universe. The farthest man-made object from Earth is Voyager 1. It has left the solar system and entered interstellar space. Voyager 1 and 2 carry a golden record with sounds and images selected to portray the diversity of life on Earth. It's intended for any intelligent extraterrestrial life form, or future humans, who may find it. There are more dwarf planets in our solar system than regular planets. 5 are officially recognized, but astronomers suspect there may be dozens or even more than 100. There's a star known as Methuselah that appears to be older than the universe itself, but there's likely an error in the calculations of either the star's age or the age of the universe. In space, metal can weld together without any heat or melting. This phenomenon, known as cold welding, is possible because the atoms of individual pieces of metal have no way of knowing they are separate. Stars twinkle because of turbulence in the Earth's atmosphere. The scientific term for it is stellar scintillation, and it's less pronounced the closer the star is to the horizon. Solar flares can cause geomagnetic storms on Earth, which can interfere with electronics, radio waves, and even cause auroras. The Apollo missions brought back a total of 382 kilograms, 842 pounds, of lunar rocks to help us learn about the moon's composition and origins. Neutrinos are the most abundant particles in the universe, after photons, the particles of light. They're produced in the nuclear reactions of stars. Jupiter has the most moons of any planet in the solar system, with 79 confirmed moons as of 2021. The Drake equation is a probabilistic argument used to estimate the number of active, communicative extraterrestrial civilizations in the Milky Way galaxy. Russia's Lunokhod 2 moon rover traveled a distance of 39 kilometers on the lunar surface, a record for the longest distance covered by a lunar rover. The most successful Mars rover, Opportunity, functioned for 14 years on Mars, covering a distance of over 45 kilometers. The Oort cloud is thought to be a cloud of icy objects in the outermost reaches of the solar system, far beyond the orbit of Pluto, and is the source of long-period comets. Ganymede, one of Jupiter's moons, is the largest moon in the solar system, and it's even bigger than the planet Mercury. Space tourism is a growing industry. Companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic are developing programs to send private citizens into space. An exoplanet named WASP-12b has a pitch-black surface that absorbs at least 94% of the light that hits it, making it one of the darkest known planets. The largest radio telescope in the world, the FAST telescope, is located in China and is about the size of 30 football fields. Footprints left on the moon won't disappear as there is no wind or water to erode them. They should last at least 100 million years. The first crime committed in space occurred in 2019, when an astronaut accessed her estranged spouse's bank account while aboard the International Space Station. Astronauts in space can experience space sickness or feelings of disorientation and nausea caused by the zero-gravity environment. Black holes are not empty holes. They have a great amount of matter packed into a very small area, creating a gravitational field so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. The flags left on the moon are now likely white. Due to the powerful UV rays from the sun without an atmosphere to filter them out, the dyed parts of the flags have probably been bleached white. In 1977, we received a signal from deep space that lasted about 72 seconds. Known as the WOW signal, it remains a mystery, as we've never heard anything like it since. Neutron stars can spin at a rate of 600 rotations per second. Saturn's density is low enough that the planet would float in water. The Earth's rotation is gradually slowing. This deceleration is happening almost imperceptibly, at approximately 17 milliseconds per 100 years. The Sun makes up about 99.86% of the solar system's mass. Astronauts' immune systems don't work as effectively in space, which is part of the reason why maintaining cleanliness on spacecraft is so important. The most common type of star in the galaxy is the red dwarf star. There's a planet where it rains molten glass sideways. This exoplanet is known as HD 189733b. It has very high wind speeds and temperatures that turn silicate particles into glass. There are galaxies far enough away from us that, due to the expansion of the universe, their light will never reach us and we will never be able to observe them. The word astronaut comes from Greek words that mean star and sailor. The Apollo computers had less processing power than a modern cell phone. The guidance computer from the Apollo 11 mission ran at 1.024 MHz, about 1/6th of the speed of a Nintendo Entertainment System. Some brown dwarfs, objects too big to be planets and too small to be stars, have been found to have water clouds. The Great Attractor is a gravitational anomaly in space at the center of the Laniakea supercluster that our galaxy is moving towards. There's an exoplanet completely covered in water, named GJ1214b. It's referred to as a water world, much like the fictional planet in the movie of the same name. The largest volcanic eruption ever detected in the solar system occurred on Jupiter's moon, Io. There is a hypothetical type of exoplanet called a carbon planet that could be made mostly of graphite and diamond. The Mars rovers, Spirit and Opportunity, were both supposed to last for 90 sols, Mars days, which is about 92 Earth days. Spirit lasted until 2010, more than 20 times its life expectancy, and Opportunity lasted until 2018. The majority of the universe is composed of dark energy, a form of energy that permeates all of space and accelerates the expansion of the universe. Astronauts train in swimming pools to simulate moving in zero gravity. There's a star made entirely of diamond, BPM 37093. It's a crystallized white dwarf, the remnants of a star that has burned out and collapsed. On the International Space Station, urine gets filtered and turned back into drinking water. Saturn's moon, Titan, has liquid lakes of methane on its surface and is considered one of the places in the solar system most likely to support life. An exoplanet called HD 80606b has the most elliptical orbit known, causing extreme variations in its climate. The pale blue dot is a photograph of Earth taken by the Voyager 1 spacecraft from a distance of about 3.7 billion miles. Many scientists believe that life on Earth may have originated through molecules delivered to Earth by comets. The famous Pioneer plaque, attached to Pioneer 10 and 11 spacecraft, depicts a man and a woman in the position of our solar system, a message to any extraterrestrial beings that might encounter the spacecraft. The Andromeda Galaxy, M31, is the closest spiral galaxy to the Milky Way and is on a collision course with our galaxy, though this won't occur for about 4 billion years. Galaxies can collide and pass through each other without the individual stars within them colliding. The Sun creates solar wind, a stream of charged particles, which travels through the solar system at about 450 kilometers per second, 1 million miles per hour. The Hubble Space Telescope helped scientists determine the age of the universe, estimated at about 13.7 billion years. Spacecraft from Earth have visited every planet and dwarf planet in our solar system, either through flybys, orbiters or landers, and there are ongoing missions to several of them. Planet 9 is a hypothetical planet that astronomers believe might exist beyond Pluto, due to the clustering of certain types of bodies in the outer solar system. The Kuiper Belt, a region of space beyond Neptune, contains many small icy bodies and a few dwarf planets, including Pluto. The length of a day on Venus, 243 Earth days, is longer than its year, 225 Earth days. The Milky Way and Andromeda galaxies are part of a cluster of galaxies known as the Local Group, which is part of the Virgo supercluster. A pulsar is a rapidly rotating neutron star that emits beams of radiation, which we see as pulses of light because the beam is so narrow. The center of a comet is called a nucleus, and the cloud of gas and dust that forms around it when it gets close to the Sun is called a coma. There's a supermassive black hole in the center of our galaxy, known as Sagittarius A*. A year on Mercury is just 88 days long. Fast radio bursts are powerful but extremely short pulses of radio waves from outer space that last only a few milliseconds. Their origin is unknown. There's a cloud of alcohol, ethyl alcohol, the same found in alcoholic beverages, in Sagittarius B, a vast molecular cloud of gas and dust near the center of the Milky Way, 26,000 light-years from Earth. Saturn's moon Enceladus has geysers that shoot large jets of water vapor into space. We are moving through space at the rate of 530 kilometers per second. Our solar system is located in the Milky Way's Orion Cygnus arm. The first black hole to be directly imaged was captured in 2019 by the Event Horizon Telescope, EHT, a global network of telescopes. The average temperature of space at the boundary of Earth's atmosphere is about 2.7 Kelvin, minus 270.45 Celsius, minus 454.81 Fahrenheit. The core of a star reaches 15 million degrees Celsius. The study of extrasolar planets, or exoplanets, has become a major field of astronomy. Thousands have been discovered orbiting other stars. The solar system's largest asteroid, Ceres, was classified as a dwarf planet in 2006. There are more than 150 moons orbiting the planets in our solar system. Astronauts have left behind trash on the moon, including bags of human waste and personal items like golf balls and a family photo. Rogue planets are planets that have been ejected from their solar system, and they wander through space without orbiting a star. The Great Red Spot on Jupiter is a storm that has been going on for at least 300 years. It's so large that 3 Earths could fit inside it. The space suits worn by astronauts on the moon weighed about 180 pounds on Earth, but only about 30 pounds on the moon due to its lower gravity. There's an exoplanet, known as PSRJ 1719-1438b, which is thought to be composed mostly of diamond. Jupiter's moon Europa likely has a subsurface ocean of liquid water, making it one of the most promising places to search for alien life. Pluto was reclassified from a planet to a dwarf planet in 2006. The Voyager spacecrafts are carrying with them golden records that contain sounds, songs, and images from Earth in case they are ever found by intelligent extraterrestrial life. The Milky Way galaxy is on a collision course with the Andromeda Galaxy, but this is not expected to occur for around 4 billion years. The highest mountain known in the solar system is Olympus Mons on Mars. It's about 13.6 miles, 22 kilometers, high, which is nearly 3 times the height of Mount Everest, the tallest mountain on Earth. A supernova is a powerful and bright stellar explosion. It occurs during the last stages of a massive star's life, as its nuclear fuel is exhausted and it collapses under its own gravity. Astronomers use a unit called light year to measure distance in space. A light year is the distance light travels in 1 year, about 6 trillion miles, 9.5 trillion kilometers. A blue moon isn't actually blue. It's the term for the second full moon in a calendar month. Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system with an average surface temperature of around 467 degrees Celsius, 872 degrees Fahrenheit. In 2006, NASA launched the New Horizons probe to study Pluto and the Kuiper Belt. It performed the first flyby of Pluto in 2015. The largest observed asteroid, Vesta, has a mean diameter of about 326 miles, 525 kilometers. The Andromeda Galaxy is the most distant object visible to the naked eye. It's located 2.537 million light-years away. In 1958, the US launched its first satellite, Explorer 1. It discovered the Van Allen radiation belt. Dark matter is a hypothetical form of matter that makes up about 27% of the universe. It doesn't emit or interact with electromagnetic radiation, so it's invisible and can only be detected through its gravitational effects. Pulsars are highly magnetized, rotating neutron stars that emit beams of electromagnetic radiation. They were first discovered in 1967 by Jocelyn Bell Burnell and Anthony Hewish. The zodiac is based on constellations that lie along the sun's path in the sky, known as the ecliptic. The Cassini probe discovered 7 new moons orbiting Saturn during its mission from 2004 to 2017. Space archaeology is a field of study using satellite imagery to identify and study archaeological sites on Earth. In 1995, 51 Pegasi b was the first exoplanet discovered orbiting a Sun-like star. There's a mountain on Mars, Olympus Mons, also known as Mount Sharp, and Gale Crater, that was formed over billions of years. NASA's Curiosity rover is exploring this mountain. The space station Skylab was the first space station operated by NASA. It orbited the Earth from 1973 to 1979. The Leonids meteor shower happens every year in November, when Earth passes through the orbit of comet Tempel-Tuttle. The dwarf planet Eris was one of the reasons Pluto was reclassified. Eris is more massive than Pluto and led to questions about what should be classified as a planet. There are millions of small bodies in the solar system called minor planets. These include asteroids, Trojans, centaurs, Kuiper belt objects, and other trans-Neptunian objects. Voyager 1, currently the farthest human-made object from Earth, has entered interstellar space, which means it's passed beyond the influence of our Sun's solar winds and begun to enter the space between the stars. The dwarf planet Haumea in the Kuiper belt is one of the fastest rotating large objects in our solar system. The Perseid meteor shower occurs every year in August when Earth passes through the cloud of debris left by comet Swift-Tuttle. Pluto's heart-shaped region is named Tombaugh Regio in honor of Clyde Tombaugh, who discovered Pluto. A white dwarf is the remnants of a star that has exhausted its nuclear fuel. It's very dense, and its brightness is due to residual heat from its previous state. Apollo 12 astronaut Alan Bean was the fourth person to walk on the Moon, and also an accomplished artist who painted scenes from his lunar mission. A day on Venus lasts longer than a year on Venus, due to its extremely slow rotation and relatively quick orbit around the Sun. A light year, the distance light travels in 1 year, is about 5.88 trillion miles, 9.5 trillion kilometers. Some stars, known as pulsating variable stars, change their brightness periodically. The most well-known of these are Cepheid variables, which have a very precise relationship between their brightness and period of pulsation, making them useful for measuring astronomical distances. In 2001, Denis Tito became the first space tourist by paying to fly on a Russian Soyuz mission to the International Space Station. Triton, Neptune's largest moon, has geysers that spew out nitrogen gas. Some galaxies, known as radio galaxies, emit powerful jets of radiation detectable in radio wavelengths. Black holes can't be seen directly, but their presence can be detected through their effects on nearby objects and light. The heliosphere is a vast, teardrop-shaped region in space created by the solar wind from the Sun, which pushes out against the interstellar medium. Spacecraft use star trackers to navigate, which are devices that measure the positions of stars. The first woman in space was Valentina Tereshkova, a Soviet cosmonaut who flew on the Vostok 6 mission in 1963. There is a galaxy known as the Sombrero Galaxy because of its appearance similar to the broad-brimmed hat. When a star much larger than our Sun exhausts its nuclear fuel, it collapses under its own gravity and then explodes as a supernova, which for a short time can outshine an entire galaxy. The total number of stars in the universe is believed to be greater than the number of all the grains of sand on Earth. Most of the universe's matter is thought to exist in a form that cannot be detected directly, known as dark matter. Brown dwarfs are objects too large to be planets, but not massive enough to sustain hydrogen fusion reactions at their cores, like stars. The farthest known galaxy, GNZ 11, is located about 32 billion light-years away from us, due to the expansion of the universe. The Voyager Golden Records, which were included aboard both Voyager spacecrafts launched in 1977, contain sounds and images selected to portray the diversity of life and culture on Earth. The most common type of star in the galaxy is the red dwarf star. Neutron stars are the smallest and densest stars, excluding black holes and hypothetical white holes, quark stars, and strange stars. Meteors traveling through the Earth's atmosphere can reach temperatures of up to 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit, 1,650 degrees Celsius. Saturn's moon, Enceladus, has a subsurface ocean that could potentially harbor life. A quasar is a very luminous and active galactic nucleus. Quasars are extremely distant, and their energy output can be 1,000 times that of the entire Milky Way. The Kepler-16 system has 2 stars orbiting around their common center of mass, with a planet, Kepler-16b, orbiting around both stars. The Hubble Space Telescope was named after astronomer Edwin Hubble, who demonstrated that the universe is expanding. There's an asteroid belt located between Mars and Jupiter which contains numerous irregularly shaped bodies, or minor planets, also known as asteroids. Astronauts cannot burp in space. This is because the lack of gravity means the air in their stomach doesn't separate and rise up from ingested food. Space is completely silent. There's no atmosphere in space, which means that sound has no medium or way to travel to be heard. The largest volcano in our solar system is Olympus Mons on Mars. Its diameter is about 370 miles and it's 13.6 miles high, making it nearly 3 times the height of Mount Everest. There is a planet made of diamonds. The exoplanet, a star named 55 Cancri E, has a carbon-rich interior and 1/3 of it could be composed of diamond. The Pistil star is one of the most luminous stars discovered in the Milky Way. It's located in the Pistil Nebula in the center of the Milky Way galaxy. Spacecraft from Earth have visited every planet in our solar system. This includes flybys, orbiters, landers, and rovers. The Kuiper Belt, beyond Neptune's orbit, is home to many dwarf planets, including Pluto, Haumea, and Makemake. The average temperature of space at the boundary of Earth's atmosphere is about -454.76 degrees Fahrenheit. The center of the Milky Way smells like rum and tastes like raspberries, according to astronomers who have discovered a chemical called ethyl formate there. One of Saturn's moons, Titan, has liquid oceans of natural gas. In fact, the atmosphere is so dense and the gravity so low that humans could fly through it by flapping wings attached to their arms. The Crab Nebula is the result of a supernova seen by Chinese and Arab astronomers in 1054. A spoonful of a neutron star weighs about 1 billion tons. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is thought to be over 13 billion years old. The Earth's rotation is gradually slowing, at a rate of approximately 17 milliseconds per 100 years. Eventually this will lengthen our days, but it will take around 140 million years before our day will have increased from 24 to 25 hours. Uranus is tilted on its side. Its axis of rotation is tilted by a whopping 98 degrees, meaning it essentially spins on its side. The most distant human-made object is Voyager 1, which is more than 14 billion miles from Earth. The Apollo astronauts' footprints on the Moon will likely stay there for at least 100 million years since there's no wind or water to erode them. An asteroid named 16 Psyche, located in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, is made almost entirely of metal and is thought to be the core of a failed planet. In 1977, a signal from space was detected by Dr. Jerry Emin using Ohio State University's Big Ear Radio Telescope. Known as the WOW signal, it lasted 72 seconds and has not been detected since. Comet tails always point away from the Sun due to the solar wind which pushes against the cometary material. A solar eclipse can only occur during a new moon, when the Moon is directly between the Earth and the Sun. Jupiter's moon Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system, and is even larger than the planet Mercury. Halley's Comet won't orbit past Earth again until 2061. The Whirlpool Galaxy, M51, was the first celestial object identified as being spiral. A light year is the distance covered by light in a single year. This is equivalent to 5.88 trillion miles or 9.461 trillion kilometers. The Milky Way galaxy is on a collision course with the Andromeda Galaxy, but this won't occur for around 4 billion years. Astronauts are not allowed to eat beans before they go into space, because passing wind in a spacesuit damages them. NASA's Crater Observation and Sensing Satellite, LCROSS, found evidence of water in the Moon's Cabeus crater in 2009. Astronomers use an effect known as a star's parallax to measure distances to nearby stars. The Milky Way's central black hole, known as Sagittarius A, has a mass 4 million times greater than the Sun asterisk. A neutron star is the remnant of a massive star that has undergone a supernova explosion. Despite their small diameter of about 12.5 miles, they have masses greater than that of our Sun. The coldest place in the universe is on Earth. In a lab in Finland, scientists reach temperatures of 0.0000000001 Kelvin. The largest asteroid in the solar system is Ceres, which is 587 miles in diameter. The word astronaut comes from Greek words that mean star and sailor. The Footprint Nebula is located in the Orion Molecular Cloud Complex, around 1,500 light-years away from Earth. Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system, with surface temperatures high enough to melt lead. Nicholas Copernicus was the astronomer who first suggested that the Sun was the center, and that the Earth went round the Sun, not the other way around. Jupiter's moon Europa likely has a subsurface ocean of liquid water, and is therefore considered a potential place to find extraterrestrial life. The first practical telescopes weren't invented until the early 17th century. Pulsars are highly magnetized rotating neutron stars that emit beams of electromagnetic radiation out of their magnetic poles. Cosmic rays are atom fragments that rain down on the Earth from outside of the solar system. They blaze at the speed of light and have been linked to events such as supernovae. Black holes are not black. While they do not reflect light and are thus invisible when viewed in optical wavelengths, they often are sources of intense radiation at other wavelengths. There are more trees on Earth than there are stars in the Milky Way. The Drake equation is a probabilistic argument that estimates the number of active, communicative extraterrestrial civilizations in the Milky Way galaxy. Apollo 11 astronaut Buzz Aldrin's mother's maiden name was Moon. The Andromeda Galaxy is the most distant object you can see with your naked eye, about 2.5 million light-years away. Neptune takes about 164.8 Earth-years to orbit the Sun. In 2022, astronomers witnessed a star explode into a supernova in real time. The Oort cloud, a theoretical cloud of predominantly icy planetesimals, is believed to surround the Sun to as far as somewhere between 50,000 and 200,000 Australian dollars. The Pioneer plaques, placed on both Pioneer 10 and Pioneer 11, contain a pictorial message from humanity, including figures of a human male and female along with several symbols. The Sun accounts for about 99.86% of the total mass of the solar system. The Mariner 10 spacecraft was the first to visit two planets, Venus and Mercury. Alpha Centauri, the closest star system to our own, is about 4.37 light-years away. Astronauts use specially formulated shampoo that does not need to be rinsed. The North Star, Polaris, has remained the constant star for Earth's North Pole for over 2,000 years. Many astronomers argue that Pluto should be reclassified as a planet. Neutron stars can rotate up to 500 times in 1 second. The first confirmed exoplanet, a planet orbiting a star outside our solar system, was discovered in 1992. The space suit worn by astronauts on the Moon weighed 180 pounds on Earth, but just 30 pounds on the Moon due to the lower gravity. The Milky Way galaxy will collide with the Andromeda Galaxy in about 4 billion years. The term astronaut comes from the Greek words astronauts, which means star sailor. Astronomer William Herschel discovered the planet Uranus in 1781. It was the first planet to be discovered with the use of a telescope. A black hole is created when big stars explode. Its gravitational force is so strong that nothing can escape from it. The Moon is drifting away from Earth at an average rate of 1.5 inches per year. Galileo Galilei is often credited as the inventor of the telescope, but he is actually the person who used it for the study of celestial bodies for the first time. Saturn isn't the only planet with rings. Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune also have faint ring systems. The farthest confirmed galaxy, GNZ11, has a redshift of 11.09, which corresponds to a distance of about 32 billion light-years. The center of a comet is called a nucleus. The dwarf planet Eris is more massive than Pluto, leading to the debate that eventually led to Pluto's demotion to dwarf planet status. If you fell into a black hole, you would stretch like spaghetti. This is often referred to as spaghettification. The speed of light is approximately 186,282 miles per second. The highest mountain known in the solar system is on the asteroid Vesta, standing at a whopping 13 miles high. It's 3 times the height of Mount Everest. There is floating water in space. Astronomers have found a massive water vapor cloud which holds 140 trillion times the mass of water in the Earth's ocean somewhere around 10 billion light-years away. There are more than 500,000 pieces of space junk floating around Earth's orbit. Red dwarf stars that are low in mass can burn continually for up to 10 trillion years. The first mammal to go to space was a fruit fly. They were used to explore the effects of space travel on animals, and were followed by mice and monkeys. Space has a distinct smell. Astronauts returning from space claim that their suits smell, amongst other things, like seared steak, hot metal, and welding fumes. The biggest crater on the Moon, the South Poaitkin Basin, is about 2,500 kilometers, 1,550 miles, in diameter and 13 kilometers, 8.1 miles deep. One day on Mercury, which is the time it takes for Mercury to rotate or spin once with respect to the stars, lasts 59 Earth days. The Moon has no atmosphere, which means there is no wind to erode the surface and no water to wash the footprints away. The famous face on Mars, seen in a photo taken by Viking 1 in 1976, was later revealed to be just a trick of light and shadow in higher resolution photos. In space, metal can weld together without heat through a process called cold welding. The Sombrero Galaxy, M104, is an unbarred spiral galaxy in the constellation Virgo, notable for its bright nucleus, large central bulge, and an unusually prominent dust lane. Polaris, the North Star, is not the brightest star in the night sky as is commonly believed. It's actually the 48th brightest star. Betelgeuse, one of the stars in the Orion constellation, is so big that it would reach out to Jupiter's orbit if placed at the Sun's position in the solar system. The International Space Station is as roomy as a 5-bedroom house and travels at 17,500 miles per hour. The dwarf planet Haumea, located beyond Neptune's orbit, has a year that lasts 283 Earth years. The Helix Nebula is one of the closest to Earth of all the bright planetary nebulae, located just under 700 light-years away. The farthest man-made object from Earth is Voyager 1, which is currently in interstellar space, the space between stars. One problem astronauts face in space is that fluids in their body boil at very low temperatures. The Crab Nebula is the result of a supernova seen by Chinese and Arab astronomers in 1054. Astronauts can become up to 2 inches taller in space due to the spine stretching out because gravity isn't pushing down on it. The planet with the most moons in our solar system is Jupiter, with 79 known moons at the latest count. The largest ocean in the solar system is the heliosphere, the vast, bubble-like region of space which surrounds and is created by the Sun. Space is not completely empty but filled with a sparse array of particles, electromagnetic radiation, and neutrinos, often referred to as the interstellar medium. The highest mountain on Mars, Olympus Mons, is 3 times the height of Mount Everest, which makes it the tallest mountain of any of the planets in the solar system. Venus is often called Earth's twin because it is only slightly smaller in size than Earth, and their compositions are also similar. Earth is the only place in the solar system where we know life exists. Many of the constellations we see today were identified by ancient civilizations, such as the Greeks and the Babylonians. Spacecraft use the gravitational pull of planets to help them travel long distances, a method called gravity assist or slingshot effect. A space vehicle must move at a speed of 7 miles per second in order to escape the Earth's gravitational pull. This is known as the escape velocity. The core of a star reaches 16 million degrees Celsius. A grain of sand this hot would kill someone 150 kilometers away. The first woman to travel to space was Valentina Tereshkova. She piloted the Vostok 6 in 1963 and orbited the Earth 48 times in just under 3 days. Saturn's rings are thought to be pieces of comets, asteroids, or shattered moons that broke up before they reached the planet. Only 5% of the universe is made up of normal matter, 25% is dark matter, and 70% is dark energy. On Venus, it snows metal and rains sulfuric acid. NASA's Kepler mission has discovered more than 1,000 confirmed planets orbiting distant stars. Neptune was the first planet to get its existence predicted by calculations before it was actually seen through a telescope in 1846. The Hubble Space Telescope is one of the most valuable research tools in astronomy, despite the fact it uses a mirror less than 8 feet in diameter. Uranus was originally called George's star. Supernovas can outshine entire galaxies and radiate more energy than our Sun will in its entire lifetime. Dark matter was theorized to exist due to the movements of galaxies that couldn't be explained by the laws of gravity. Proxima Centauri is the closest star to our solar system, apart from the Sun. The Milky Way is not a perfect flat disk, it is somewhat warped. The age of the universe is estimated to be 13.8 billion years, starting from the Big Bang. The Moon was once part of the Earth. It broke away due to a massive object colliding with Earth about 4.5 billion years ago. The Milky Way is on a collision course with the Andromeda Galaxy, but this won't happen for around 4 billion years. Astronauts have left behind a lot of junk on the Moon, including golf balls, a feather, bags of urine, vomit, and feces, and numerous tools and vehicles. The first human to journey into outer space was Yuri Gagarin, who orbited Earth in 1961. A light year is the distance that light travels in 1 year, which is about 5.88 trillion miles or 9.5 trillion kilometers. There is a supermassive black hole in the middle of almost every galaxy, including our own Milky Way. Mars has the largest dust storms in the solar system, capable of lasting for months and covering the entire planet. The footprints left on the Moon by the Apollo astronauts will likely stay there for at least 100 million years, since the Moon has no atmosphere to blow them away. The first artificial satellite, Sputnik, was launched by the Soviet Union in 1957. The hottest planet in the solar system is Venus, not Mercury. While Mercury is closer to the Sun, Venus has a thick atmosphere that traps heat. The Kuiper Belt, a region of the solar system beyond the orbit of Neptune, is home to many dwarf planets, comets, and other small celestial bodies. The largest volcano in the solar system, Olympus Mons, is located on Mars. It's nearly 3 times the height of Mount Everest. Quantum entanglement is a quantum mechanical phenomenon in which the quantum states of 2 or more objects have to be described with reference to each other, even though the individual objects may be spatially separated. The spacecraft Voyager 1 has been traveling at the speed of about 38,000 miles per hour for over 40 years, and it has only just left our solar system. A supernova is a powerful explosion that occurs when some stars reach the ends of their lives. Pioneer 10 was the first spacecraft to pass through the asteroid belt, which it did in 1972. Astronauts can't cry in space, at least not in the same way we do on Earth. The lack of gravity means tears can't flow. The universe has no center and is constantly expanding. The Pistol star is the most luminous star known. It's 10 million times the brightness of the Sun. The word astronaut comes from the Greek words for star and sailor. The space between galaxies is not completely empty but has about 1 atom per cubic meter. The star Eta Carinae is doomed to explode in a supernova in the astronomically near future, within a few million years. If 2 pieces of the same type of metal touch in space, they will bond and be permanently stuck together. The temperature in the void of space is about -270.45 Celsius, which is just 2.7 degrees above absolute zero. Many scientists believe that moons like Jupiter's Europa and Saturn's Titan might have microbial life. The Apollo computers had less processing power than a modern cell phone. Neutron stars are so dense that a teaspoon of them would be equal to the weight of the entire Earth's population. The Hubble Space Telescope is named after the astronomer Edwin Hubble. Black holes aren't black. While we can't see them directly, the material they consume is heated to incredibly high temperatures, causing it to emit X-rays and other radiation that can be detected. The largest moon in the solar system is Jupiter's moon Ganymede. It's even larger than the planet Mercury. The speed of a typical galaxy through space is a staggering 2.2 million kilometers per hour. The Andromeda Galaxy is the most distant object we can see with our naked eyes, at a distance of 2.537 million light-years. The Sun's core releases the equivalent of 100 billion nuclear bombs every second. The spacecraft, Voyager 1 and 2, carry with them a golden record that contains pictures, sounds of Earth and messages in 55 languages, just in case it is found by aliens. Venus rotates so slowly that its day is longer than its year. A white dwarf is what stars like the Sun become after they have exhausted their nuclear fuel. The most common type of star in the galaxy is the red dwarf star. Neutron stars can spin 600 times per second. The universe is flat, according to measurements of the cosmic background radiation. The distance from the Sun to Earth is defined as an astronomical unit AU. One problem for humans traveling to Mars: exposure to radiation. Without the protection of Earth's atmosphere and magnetic field, astronauts receive more than 20 times the radiation. It's possible there are rogue planets wandering through our galaxy. These are planets that have been ejected from their solar systems, and astronomers believe there could be billions of them in the Milky Way. On average, the galaxy is hit once every 26 million years by a large comet or asteroid. The Drake equation is a formula used to estimate the number of active, communicative extraterrestrial civilizations in the Milky Way. Galaxies typically have 100 billion stars, and there are roughly 100 billion galaxies in the universe. In 1958, NASA was established by Dwight D. Eisenhower. There are mountains on the Moon. Mons Huygens is the tallest mountain, and it is 4,700 meters tall, which is just over half the height of Mt. Everest, 8848 m. A full NASA spacesuit costs $12 million. Scientists once believed that the same side of Mercury always faced the Sun. This was proved false in 1965. If you fell into a black hole, theoretically you would be stretched into a long string of atoms in a process called spaghettification. Enceladus, one of Saturn's smaller moons, reflects 90% of the Sun's light. The International Space Station circles Earth every 92 minutes. There are more trees on Earth than stars in the Milky Way. Shooting stars are usually just tiny dust particles falling through our atmosphere, and they disintegrate before they hit the Earth's surface. There could be 500 million planets capable of supporting life in our galaxy. Scientists are looking for evidence of extraterrestrial life on Earth by studying extreme conditions, such as acidic lakes or deep mine shafts. The center of a comet is called a nucleus. Spacecraft from Earth have visited every planet in our solar system, including dwarf planet Pluto. Neptune's winds are the fastest in the solar system, reaching 2,100 kilometers per hour. A neutron star can have a magnetic field 1 billion times stronger than the strongest magnetic fields on Earth. NASA's Mars rovers are robotic scientists that can move around and perform experiments on the Martian surface. Jupiter's red spot is shrinking. This legendary giant storm was once so large that 3 Earths could fit inside it. However, it's been getting smaller over the years. Astronauts experience changes in their vision during long-duration space missions. This phenomenon, known as space-induced neuroocular syndrome, SANS, is still being studied by scientists. Voyager 1, launched in 1977, is currently the farthest human-made object from Earth, with a distance of over 14 billion miles, 23 billion kilometers, from our planet. The smallest planet in our solar system is Mercury, which is only slightly larger than Earth's moon. The Sun is so large that it contains 99.8% of the total mass of the entire solar system. Saturn's rings are made up of chunks of ice and rock, ranging in size from tiny grains to enormous chunks several meters in diameter. The phenomenon known as space-time is a four-dimensional framework in which all physical events occur, as described by the theory of general relativity. Astronauts have to exercise for about 2 hours each day in space to counteract the effects of living in microgravity, which can lead to muscle and bone loss. The Moon is moving away from Earth at a rate of about 3.8 centimeters per year, due to tidal forces between the two bodies. The Cassini spacecraft discovered geysers on Saturn's moon Enceladus, which shoot out plumes of water vapor and ice particles from beneath the Moon's icy surface. The International Space Station, ISS, is the largest human-made structure in space, spanning approximately the size of a football field. The majority of the universe is made up of dark energy, an unknown form of energy that is causing the expansion of the universe to accelerate. The first exoplanet, a planet orbiting a star outside our solar system, was discovered in 1995. Space shuttles were reusable spacecraft that were used by NASA from 1981 to 2011. The light emitted by the Sun takes about 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach Earth. The asteroid belt is a region located between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, where many small rocky objects called asteroids are found. The Sun is composed primarily of hydrogen, about 74%, and helium, about 24%. The first ever image of a black hole was captured by the Event Horizon Telescope in 2019, revealing the supermassive black hole at the center of the galaxy Messier 87. The largest moon in the solar system relative to the size of its planet is Charon, which orbits the dwarf planet Pluto. The space probe Voyager 1 carries a golden record with sounds and images representing life and culture on Earth, in the event that it is discovered by extraterrestrial beings. The Sun's diameter is about 109 times that of Earth. You could fit approximately 1.3 million Earths inside the Sun. The atmosphere of Venus is mainly composed of carbon dioxide, 96%, with traces of nitrogen and other gases. Astronauts experience muscle atrophy and loss of bone density during long-duration space missions, which is why exercise is crucial to their daily routine. The Great Attractor is a gravitational anomaly in intergalactic space that affects the motion of galaxies in our local universe. Black holes can bend and distort the fabric of space and time, creating phenomena such as gravitational lensing. Jupiter's moon Io is the most volcanically active body in the solar system, with over 400 active volcanoes. The largest impact crater on Earth is the Vredefort crater in South Africa, with a diameter of about 190 miles, 300 kilometers. In 1997, the Mars Pathfinder mission successfully landed a rover named Sojourner on Mars, becoming the first successful Mars rover mission. Astronomers estimate that there are more than 170 billion galaxies in the observable universe. The longest spacewalk in history lasted 8 hours and 56 minutes, conducted by Russian cosmonauts Anatoly Solovyov and Pavel Vinogradov in 1997. The James Webb Space Telescope, set to launch in 2021, will be the largest, most powerful space telescope ever built. The Horsehead Nebula is a dark nebula located in the constellation Orion. It gets its name from its distinctive shape resembling a horse's head. The Sun's magnetic field periodically flips its polarity, on average every 11 years, in a phenomenon known as solar magnetic reversals. Mercury has the greatest temperature variation of any planet in our solar system, with surface temperatures ranging from -290 degrees Fahrenheit, -180 degrees Celsius, to 800 degrees Fahrenheit, 430 degrees Celsius. The largest known structure in the universe is the Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall, a filament of galaxies stretching over 10 billion light-years. The Earth's magnetic field is generated by the movement of molten iron in its outer core. The Whirlpool Galaxy, M51, is a spiral galaxy located about 23 million light-years away from Earth, and it is known for its distinct spiral arms and interaction with a smaller companion galaxy. In 1969, the Apollo 11 mission successfully landed humans on the Moon for the first time in history. The Cigar Galaxy, M82, is undergoing a starburst phase, where rapid star formation is occurring, resulting in intense radiation and powerful stellar winds. Astronomers estimate that there may be more than 100 billion planets in our Milky Way galaxy alone. The closest black hole to Earth is located about 1,000 light-years away in the constellation Telescopium. The term, supernova, refers to the explosion of a massive star, releasing an enormous amount of energy and briefly outshining entire galaxies. The Sun's core is so hot and under such high pressure that nuclear fusion occurs, converting hydrogen into helium and releasing tremendous amounts of energy. Astronauts on the International Space Station, ISS, witness approximately 16 sunrises and sunsets every day due to the station's orbit around the Earth. The space age began with the launch of the Soviet satellite Sputnik 1 on October 4, 1957. The concept of wormholes in space is a theoretical shortcut through space-time, potentially allowing for faster-than-light travel. Space telescopes, such as the Hubble Space Telescope and the upcoming James Webb Space Telescope, enable astronomers to observe celestial objects without atmospheric interference. The Martian day, or sol, is only slightly longer than a day on Earth, lasting approximately 24 hours and 37 minutes. The Great Barrier Reef on Earth can be seen from space, and it is the largest living structure on our planet. The Sun's mass is about 330,000 times greater than that of Earth. Astronomers believe that a supermassive black hole exists at the center of almost every galaxy, including our own Milky Way. The planet Uranus is often referred to as an ice giant because it is composed primarily of water, methane, and ammonia ices. Astronomers estimate that the observable universe is about 93 billion light-years in diameter. Saturn's moon Titan has a thick atmosphere and is the only moon in the solar system with a dense atmosphere. The speed of light is approximately 299,792 kilometers per second, 186,282 miles per second. The term asteroid comes from the Greek word asteroids, meaning star-like, due to their appearance as points of light in the night sky. The Veil Nebula is the remnants of a supernova explosion that occurred approximately 8,000 years ago. The Soviet Union's Luna 2 mission was the first human-made object to reach the moon, impacting its surface on September 13, 1959. The concept of space tourism is becoming a reality, with private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin working on offering commercial space travel experiences to the public. The Juno spacecraft is currently studying the planet Jupiter, providing valuable data and images of its atmosphere, magnetic field, and composition. The Moon's gravity is about 1/6 of Earth's gravity, which allows astronauts to perform remarkable leaps and movements on its surface. Astronomers estimate that there are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth. The highest peak on Mars, Olympus Mons, is approximately 3 times taller than Mount Everest and is the largest volcano in the solar system. The concept of terraforming involves transforming other planets or celestial bodies to make them habitable for humans. The space probe Voyager 1 carries a golden record that includes sounds and images representing Earth's diversity and culture. The Hubble Space Telescope has provided valuable observations and data that have contributed to numerous groundbreaking discoveries in astronomy. Astronauts living on the International Space Station, ISS, experience 16 sunrises and sunsets every 24 hours due to the station's orbit around the Earth. The universe is approximately 13.8 billion years old, according to current scientific estimates based on the Big Bang Theory. Jupiter has a powerful magnetic field that generates intense radiation belts, making it a hazardous environment for spacecraft and exploration. The concept of multiverse suggests that our universe may be just one of many parallel universes that exist simultaneously. The largest impact crater on Earth, known as the Vredefort crater, is located in South Africa and is approximately 300 kilometers, 186 miles, in diameter. The dwarf planet Pluto has 5 known moons: Charon, Nix, Hydra, Kerberos, and Styx. The space probe New Horizons conducted a flyby of Pluto in 2015, providing the first up-close images and scientific data of the distant dwarf planet. The concept of dark matter refers to an unknown form of matter that does not interact with light but exerts gravitational effects on visible matter. The space probe Voyager 2 has provided valuable data about the outer planets of our solar system, including Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Astronomers estimate that there are more than 100 billion galaxies in the observable universe. Each galaxy can contain billions or even trillions of stars. The Mars rover Spirit, Opportunity, and curiosity have provided valuable insights into the geology and potential habitability of the red planet. Space exploration and research have led to numerous technological advancements and spin-off technologies that benefit life on Earth, including satellite communication, GPS navigation, and advancements in medical imaging. I hope you enjoyed these space facts. Let me know if you'd like to explore any other topics or if there's anything else I can assist you with. If you've enjoyed this video and want to stay connected to the fascinating world of astronomy and space exploration, make sure to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you'll be part of a community of fellow enthusiasts who share a passion for the wonders of the universe. Don't miss out on the latest updates, informative content, and exciting discoveries. Hit that subscribe button now and join us on this incredible journey.